4-4-2 YouTube, it is back, and oh boy, one of my favourite formations, and I'm glad it is back. But before we get started, guys, if you want to drop a like on today's video for me, drop a comment down below, hit that subscribe button to my channel. We are nearly at 20k, and hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a brand new video. That would be insane. And also check out Loot Roper, loot1977.com. The link down to his website is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF20 at the checkout for 20% off absolutely everything, so do that. But yeah, YouTube, 4-4-2 is back. I'm happy, man. I've been using this a lot in the last couple of days, especially if you guys have been watching my streams. You will know that I've been using the 4-4-2 to try and get that first in the world on Xbox in terms of rivals. This is how I set my team up, and it's back. I promise you, YouTube, the 4-4-2 is back, so I'm super gassed for that. So the custom tactics that I use are like so. So the width, YouTube, well, the defensive style I do just leave on balanced, okay? A balanced style where your team presses the ball to the middle of the pitch and your team shape is neutral. That's what I like, you know. I don't really want to I don't really want my team to be too high or like pressuring too much. I like to be in control of the press, so that's why I do leave it on balance like so. The width then, YouTube, the width, this is where it is interesting. I do now have my defensive width on 55, so a little bit wider than normal, okay? Adjust your defensive team shape to be balanced. You may find that the one-on-one situations are more common when you don't have the ball. Again, I don't even know what they're talking about there, but I just have it now on 55 width, okay? The 55 is something that I really do enjoy, to be honest with you. It's not too narrow, but it's also at the same time not too wide. So 55 definitely is that happy medium G-spot number I always like to talk about. When you find a number that works, you take an inch and you run a mile with it. So 55 on the width. The depth then, YouTube, is also on just 55. I was actually thinking of maybe changing it as I was playing with the 4-4-2, but width and the depth, both on 55. What the depth does is it adjusts your defensive team shape to be balanced and to keep your team in the middle of the pitch to try and win the midfield battle. Basically, what that means is that when you are playing on 55 width, 55 depth, sorry, your team will be kind of high, but not too high, and also they won't be too deep. I like to put a lot of pressure on my opponent, but at the same time, you do have to think logically with the 4-4-2, and remember that we are playing it with 2 centre mids rather than 2 CDMs that we would have in like a 4-2-3-1 or something like that. So you don't want your depth. You don't want to be going too high up to like the 60s and stuff like that on the depth. 55 is perfect. Trust me. Now the build-up play, YouTube, I do have on balanced. Yes, you guessed it, okay? This tactic is used for a balanced team that maintains its formation. Players will support and make runs when they think it's the right time to do so. Another viable option, though, for the 4-4-2 definitely is long ball, okay? Long ball, the team will make runs for long balls into space behind the opposing back line or up to a target man. Strikers who are fast with a good attack positioning attribute are the best at this tactic. Very good, man. Long ball is 100% a viable option with the 4-4-2, but for me, having played around, I did start off with long ball. I then went back to balanced, and balanced just works better, YouTube. So if it works better for me, it will work better for you. But again, you can copy my tactics like literally down to a T, but also use them as like a baseline and then adjust things here and there for what you think will work better for you. Chance creation, I did have at the start direct passing. So once the team enters the attacking zone with possession, players will create chances by making runs for passes into space behind the opposing back line. Strikers who are fast with a good attacking positioning attribute are the best at this tactic, but I didn't really like, I know it was weird, I didn't actually enjoy it with the 4-4-2. So I thought to myself, well, if I'm not enjoying it with the 4-4-2, why use it, you know? So I then went back to balanced, and it was just a million times better, really. Definitely better. So balanced and balanced is the way to go. This tactic is used for a balanced team that maintains this formation. Players will support and make runs when they think it's the right time to do so. And you will see on my player instructions why I then left it on balance, because I feel like player instructions are a lot more important in terms of the offensive side of the game. Now, the width, YouTube, 57. So adjust your offensive team shape to be balanced for generic positioning to give you more varied attacking options. Remember, with the 4-4-2, we are using a left and right mid, okay? So I left it at 57. I want my left mid and right mid to kind of be involved down the width. And I like my 2 strikers to be the reason that we have that attacking positioning in the middle of the pitch along with my centre mid. So I thought, well, let's get my left mid and right mid as kind of as wide as we can get it without just being too stupidly wide. So 57, definitely the way to go for that. Players in the box, YouTube. I did have it on 7, and I did. You know me, I've always been a 7 kind of guy. But I've put it on 6 and it worked better. 7 is what I started with, but 6 definitely is the way to go for players in the box. In terms of with the 4-4-2, we have the 3 players in the box, and I like that because it will be the 2 strikers and then the opposing left mid or the centre mid. So that's why I have it on 6. Very important, YouTube, okay? Corners and free kicks, if you're going to take anything from the video, lower it down from 3 and 3 to 2 and 2. Trust me, it will stop you getting counter-attacked on so much. So, they're the tactics. How do I set my team up in the 4-4-2? I set it up like so. R9 and Puskas obviously up front. Mbappe on the right. Pele on the left. Hullet and Kante as my 2 centre mids. And then, of course, back 4. Pretty self-explanatory. Player instructions. This is where it does get interesting, okay? Get in behind. Make forward runs in behind the defences on both strikers. And come back on defence. Always try and track back and support the defence. The reason for this is to make my team nice and compact. I want my 2 strikers to be as close to my centre mids as they can possibly be. So that's the reason for them being on getting behind and the comeback on defence. My right mid is then on the same as my left mid. Okay, so he is on comeback on defence. Again, they will always try and track back and support the defence. Getting behind means they will make forward runs in behind the defence. And get into the box for cross. Make runs into the penalty area in crossing situations. Very important, YouTube, that you put both your left mid and your right mid on getting to the box for cross. And the reason for that is, like it says, in crossing situations, they will make runs into the penalty area. So when your left mid is making a cross, your right mid will then get into the box and vice versa. Very important for scoring more goals in the 4-4-2. My right centre mid is then on stay back while attacking and cover centre. But then my left centre mid is on balanced attack. So they will occasionally make forward runs when the opportunity arises. But they're also on cover centre. It doesn't matter if you want your left centre mid on stay back and your right centre mid on balanced. Just as long as one of them's on stay back and the other's on balanced, you're on to a winner. I did used to play both of them on balance, but I just found myself getting too open on the counter-attack. So having one of them on stay back for me works better. And then, of course, my left mid is on exactly the same as my right mid. So come back on defence, get in behind, and get into the box for cross. My left back, YouTube, is on stay back while attacking. That is it. So they will never make forward runs while on the attack. When I first actually tried the 4-4-2 a couple of days ago, I did have them on balance, but I just didn't enjoy it, YouTube. I just didn't enjoy it. Wasn't for me. And then, of course, my right back, Hakimi, is on stay back while attacking as well. And then, last but not least, my goalkeeper, Van der Sar, is on comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. Very important that you put them on like so. And that right there, YouTube, is my updated post-patch best meta 4-4-2 custom tactics for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like on it. Drop a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button to my channel and hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a brand new video. And last but not least, check out Luke1977.com. Link down in the description below. Use code WOLF20 at the checkout for 20% off everything. So remember, guys, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.